Local thinking, it's like a cage. Not the obvious iron bars, but something far more subtle and deadly. It sneaks into every decision, every strategy, every late-night brainstorming session. It whispers, stay safe, play it small, don't reach too far. For founders, investors, leaders, those who should be breaking boundaries, this little voice can be the quietest killer of dreams. The real question isn't just about thinking local or global. It's about whether local thinking is silently sabotaging the vast, explosive potential lying dormant right beneath your fingertips, waiting to be unleashed on the world stage. You know the feeling all too well. That gnawing frustration where no matter how innovative your idea is or how much hustle you pour into it, something just stalls. Deals fall through, growth plateaus, new markets seem locked tight, wealth hovers just out of reach like a stubborn mirage. Meanwhile, others grab headlines, forge alliances, dominate with a global presence, and you're left asking, why them, not you? The harsh truth is, too many brilliant minds get tangled in small, local loops, focused on tiny wins or parochial metrics that fence an ambition. Local thinking feels safe, like a familiar path in a daunting forest. But safe isn't where breakthroughs live. Here's a brutal truth. It's not just about geography or markets. Local thinking is a mindset that cages the individual, the team, the company. It's a mindset that demands conformity over audacity, repeatability over risk, comfort over fire. It's a mindset that kills the radical spark inside, the very thing that could tilt entire industries. When this mentality dominates, it doesn't just stunt growth. It buries global potential so deep that even the loudest voices can't reach it. If your mind is tied down by outdated rules, by frameworks meant to protect but now suffocate, you're already losing. Waiting for local approval, fitting into local expectations, catering to narrow views, it fractures innovation and breaks unity. Visionaries aren't born to stay local. They're meant to burn bridges, cross oceans, blur borders, and force the world to catch up. And yet, too often, brilliant ideas die because they were never given the chance to leap beyond local fences. Imagine if those fences didn't exist. What if the best minds, relentlessly pursuing a vision, had the freedom to connect at scale, to ignite new ecosystems, to find their allies not by location, but by shared fire? This isn't just optimism. It's critical survival and explosive growth disguised as rebellion against stagnation. What's the point of building something extraordinary, something truly world-changing, if it can't break free from the limited bubbles we trap ourselves in? The edge, the place where innovation happens, is always global. It's where ideas from unexpected places collide and fuse, where diversity fuels creativity, and where the few daring enough to transcend local thinking build unbreakable forces. Now, how to shatter this cage? How to flip the switch from local prisoner to global game changer? Start by embracing radical openness, not just to different markets, but to radically different ideas, cultures, and ways of working. This means moving past the tired assumption that your hometown, your usual partners, or your local rules define what success can look like. They don't. Global potential demands tearing down those walls and stepping into the chaos of connection where the rare and the exceptional meet. This is the soil where breakthrough partnerships grow, where transformative deals are made, where disruptive innovations find fuel from unlikely places. But here's the thing. Opening up isn't enough if it's shallow. The trap of token gestures or surface-level partnerships can be just as limiting. The real power is found in deep, fierce alignment. Find the few who burn like you do, not just in your neighborhood, but across borders. These aren't just business contacts. They are kindred spirits, collaborators who push boundaries, who reject borrowed lives and scripted success stories. Align your vision and values deeply with these rare others. What happens next isn't just networking. It's an electrifying synergy that cuts through noise and multiplies impact. This network, this autonomous ecosystem of the exceptional, is where true liberation from local constraints happens. Breaking local chains means rethinking infrastructure too. Traditional systems, countries, and markets are built on control, compliance, and predictability. They reward mediocrity and punish risk. The world needs a new backbone, an autonomous, flexible, and dynamic web that supports misaligned brilliance and radical individuals rather than flattening them into conformity. This kind of network is more than a market or a community. It's a living organism where leaders, founders, and investors connect regardless of flag or nation, transcending those old illusions of local. It's a place where the exceptional find each other, collaborate brutally, and rewrite the rules in real time. Patience becomes a weapon here. The global game is a marathon, not a sprint. It won't be popular to go against the grain. You'll face skepticism and resistance, the noise of comfort trying to pull you back into familiar lanes. Fight that. Be ruthless about who and what you allow in your orbit. The wrong alliances, no matter how convenient or comfortable, keep the local mindset alive and choke out radical progress. Instead, be selective, hunting down rarity and dissonance that challenge you, forcing growth. Remember, true freedom is not the absence of rules. It's the mastery of your own will to create and transform beyond them. How deeply can you redefine your own reality? This is the question that will seal fate. When you reject the rule book handed by a world obsessed with borders and limits, that's when you unlock the chaos and the magic beneath. This is where future leaders are born, not from fitting in, but from standing out so fiercely that the world adjusts to their vision. Now imagine that tension inside you, the silent, unbearable pull towards something bigger, something beyond local victories and short-lived success. Listen closely. It's the call to rise. Rise from cycles of small thinking. Rise beyond boundaries drawn by others. Rise with a collective of rare, burning individuals who will become the architects of tomorrow. When you break free from the illusion that your power is confined by where you are, your whole world becomes limitless. Think about legacy, not the safe, polished story that local thinking encourages, but the raw, untamed impact that comes from reshaping industries and touching lives on multiple continents. The local mindset steals this from you. It steals your right to play the big game. How many extraordinary ideas have died because they were strangled in local loops of comfort and convention? Too many, but it doesn't have to be that way. Every step away from local thinking is a step toward freedom. Freedom to innovate without borders, to invest in ideas no matter where they come from, to lead movements that ripple outward beyond your immediate surroundings. This freedom attracts the rare, the visionary, the future shapers. The world desperately needs leaders who reject the prison of local mentality and dare to build something global, unstoppable, immortal. So what does action look like? It's brutal honesty with yourself and your team. Tear down sacred cows of how we do things here. Challenge every assumption shackled in local biases. Build systems that demand cross-border collaboration as a baseline, not a bonus. Embed global diversity in your DNA, not as a checkbox, but as a fuel for daring moves. Measure success not by local market share or approval, but by global influence and transformation. And most importantly, cultivate radical patience and selectivity. Global potential isn't for the impatient or the careless. It's earned through persistence and fierce alignment. Local thinking isn't just a habit. It's a silent saboteur, stealing growth, killing brilliance, choking innovation. But it's also a chain that's breakable. The ties unfasten with every radical connection made, every bold deal struck across borders, every vision that refuses to be contained. The power lies in collective freedom, a tightly woven network of exceptional individuals, unbound by geography or outdated rules, committed to becoming more than what the world expects. Stop asking if local thinking is sabotaging global potential. Start acting like it already is, and rewrite the rules. The cage is real, but the key is in your hands. Choose to turn it. Choose to rise. Because the world isn't waiting for the comfortable or the local. It's waiting for the rare, the brave, the global. This moment is the turning point. The choice is stark. Stay confined or burst open into boundless possibility. The only limit is the chains you keep on yourself. So break free. Reach out. Connect fiercely. Burn your own path. The global future belongs to those who refuse to be small. The question isn't if you can do it. It's if you want it bad enough to stop thinking small, to think global instead, and to own your place among those who will remake the world. Embrace the fire, the chaos, the grit. The potential is waiting. The world is waiting. Don't wait another second.